Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I am joined by Daniel, the high-level dressage rider, of course. And the horse sport is always evolving, and I think it's just super interesting to hear your point of view in a second about what you think about the horse sport, what is good, what can be better, what do you enjoy, and all of that. So let's get into it and find out what you think. Well, Daniel, thank you so much for your time and for sitting here. We're now in Herning and you're competing actually very soon.
Yeah.
Maybe you can talk a little bit about yourself and what you're doing here today as well.
Well, we are competing the 5-star here, and today I'm going to ride the Grand Prix Special with Byron. We were second yesterday in the Grand Prix, which was, thank you, it was really nice. I haven't competed in 4 months since Stockholm last year, so I always take care with that I don't do too much over the winter, competing wise, because I believe that it's better to put a little bit more shows on towards the outdoor championship. And this year is very special championship, so it's I have to say it is very exciting, and every ride counts a lot. So yeah, it's a lot of pressure, but it's also really fun to work with. I like to ride under that pressure. It's really nice.
It kind of like helps you focus and motivates you.
Yeah.
And is it very different for every horse? Because how many horses do you have on this level right now?
Right now I have 2 myself, and the other one I have is a 10-year-old mare. She's still a national, but she's soon going to compete international her first time, and she's very good too. And then I have a client's horse that's actually competing here in the 3-star with the owner that I also train. So it's nice, and all the other ones are a little level lower, like small tour and lower, but the young horses. But I try to keep so that I have 2 all the time, because we also sell something all the time. Every year we have sold one of the Grand Prix horses.
Sorry to interrupt, but if you're enjoying the content here on Horseworld TV, then become a member and get instant access to hundreds of videos. We cover a variety of topics and disciplines, all horse related. So if you're interested, join now and access all the playlists and all the videos straight away.
And it takes a lot of time to get to the level as well.
So if you don't fill in from the bottom all the time with young horses and keep educating, you can't sell in the end and still be doing the sport. And I mean, I love the sport, and that's what motivates me is the sport, not the business, but it's have to finance the sport. And that's
don't give everything for free, so you have to do something. And when did you start going in the higher level sport, like the international Grand Prix? How long is that ago, the first time you...
My age?
Do you remember?
Yeah, 18. I was 18.
You were very young.
Yes, I did my first international Grand Prix.
And how was that for you? Because I think if you ride your horses just at home, or when you really compete in high-level competitions, it's a very different way of training, maybe a different way of managing your horse. You really have to be so aware of what you're doing. I think everybody should be, but I think for you guys it's maybe even more difficult.
Yeah, well, you learn to have a good horsemanship if you want to be on this level. Otherwise, you won't be there, because the horses are so fine, and they will do everything for you if you find the right way to be around in the whole system, with the farrier, with the vets, with the physio, all the way around. And the riding, what kind of riding during the days, is it like, I am very much riding like I'm forest, then I do a little light work, then I do a little harder work, then I do restitution again, this and that. So I go a little bit up and down all the time. And then for the shows, I build them up. So I try to get so that I have a peak for the show, which is also something is different from horse to horse, how much and how little. But I think also with the experience it comes more and more along that I feel also more and more confident at home to be not really stressing about if something isn't on point. So I just slowly feel my way onto it towards the show, and then sometimes it's like just the last day before I feel like, there I got the right answer, the right response from the horse that I want. And so I don't force it, I just try to get it with the feeling and the riding and getting together with the horse, not forcing it, but we ride like as a unit. That's something I work on, and then sometimes one exercise doesn't really work, but as long as we are working as a unit in everything else, I don't care, because I know that particular exercise will come then.
Well, that's actually a good point you're saying. I think what you want to be doing is really work in a unit and work together and have no force. And I always like to keep it very positive and really talk about the good things of the sport, because there is already lots of negative things. But it's still good, I think, to touch on it a little bit. What is your experience? Like, what do you see? I mean, you don't have to see everything you see around you, but like, what is your feeling about how it's being handled now or how it's being presented?
Well, obviously, I think I can only answer for myself.
Yeah.
What I do. And I believe if you have a good team, a good management, and you are taking good care of your horses and having a plan for your horses in a good, fair way, I think the top sport is totally fine. As long as you do it in a fair way to the horses and you do everything you can to give the horses the best lives possible. I mean, my horses are out 3 times a day. They're in paddock, they're in walker, they're getting in the forest, they ride as good as I can. Obviously, we all do mistakes when we ride, of course. But the one thing is that I think generally is the most important is to reflect on that. If you do something and you stop up and say, hey, maybe that wasn't the right way with this horse, or this was maybe too much, you have to just rethink it, make a new plan, and do it differently. If you keep on doing the same thing and go on the same, like down that road and drill and drill and drill and do the same and the same and the same, that I don't like, and that I think is bad riding.
Yeah.
So
and I think that's also something that needs to be taken care of then. Like, if people see it around them, it's also, I mean, it's a difficult point, I think, but it is good to point it out. Have you ever felt the need to?
No, because I'm very focused on myself at shows, I have to say. I'm not really looking at other people, what they are doing. But so I don't think it's my place. No. I'm only concentrated about what I do, and I try to ride as soft and as right as possible.
And you just show how it should be done and what you believe in, and I think that's what we should focus on, to show that the horse sport is so beautiful, and we do have the passion and we do love our horses, and that's what it's all about. And what is for you, like, what drives it for you, the passion with the horses?
Everyday training is that what's this connection with the horse in everyday life, and I'm going up every morning, seeing my horses, see how they are, ride, build the connection even more, get the bond with them, get the unit stronger, get the unit every day, like, so that we are just getting closer all the time. And that's what education is for me, because that's all what's all about, because then the shows and the results are just a reflection of that. How good you are as a unit, then the results come by themselves.
But okay, I think it must be an amazing feeling when you have like the freestyle with the music and you ride and everything clicks in the moment.
Of course it does. It's fantastic, and I love shows as well. But it's not what.
It's not about that.
No, it's not what motivates me every day. That's not why I go in the stable every day and ride all day long and teach and all this. It's generally for the connection, the bond with my horses.
Yeah. And it takes a lot of time. It's not something you can force also.
No, it takes years and years and years of training and patience, lots of patience. If a horse isn't strong enough or isn't there yet, but you feel you have a certain, like, arrived on a certain level with the horse, but you feel you haven't really reached it yet, but you want to, you got to be patient. If the horse is not giving it to you yet, it's because there is a reason why they don't give it to you yet. They might not be strong enough, or they haven't understood yet. Or also, you have to reflect. You can't just say, it doesn't work, he's not good enough, or blah, blah, blah. But there's often a reason why. So you got to find that reason, peel the onion and find the reason, and then work with that, and then try to get it.
I think that's something super inspiring and something we all have to keep in mind, because it's so difficult at some moments when I think you don't know what to do anymore. And I think that's where we then lack ourselves, maybe, that we're like, I don't know what to do anymore. It's just not gonna work. But then it's really the moment where you have to look further and where you even grow closer because of that.
And when you then find it, it's so amazing. That feeling when you finally find something that you've worked on for years and you thought, like, I don't know how to get it. And suddenly you get it, and that is what I live for. It's amazing.
That's really good. And how long do you have your horses normally?
Yes.
Also, otherwise what you're just saying is also not possible.
No, exactly. So when we sail, when the horses, the Grand Prix horses we have sold, have been horses I have been ridden for 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, competing on the high level. Obviously, we also sometimes sell a younger horse, but it's often a horse that I've ridden at least a year.
Yeah. And for the coming years, for the future, for everything, is there any wishes that you have that you would like to see happen, or would like to stay the same, or things that you would like to see different? For like just with horses in general, for the sport?
I hope the sport will keep on having the license
Yeah.
to that we still are accepted as an Olympic sport.
Yeah, that would be.
And I think we all have a responsibility to be open and to show what we do, and that's what I do.
Yeah.
And be fair all the way through. And in that way, just so we can keep enjoying our horses and our sport. That is the most fantastic thing.
Yes, absolutely. And share that with the world.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's this week's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, then become a member where you can watch hundreds of videos like this, all horse-related content, different disciplines, topics, and they're all right there for you to access straight away. So become a member and get full access to the content right now.